Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting game of boys high school varsity baseball here on PHHS 6. Tonight, your Port Huron High Big Reds take on the visiting Marysville Vikings. As we just heard on the field, play ball. And getting this one underway for Channel 6, I'm Carl Staffors. First pitch, taken for a ball. On the mound tonight for the Big Reds, number 5, Greg Marshall, a senior. So 1-0 the count here. Taken for ball 2. Three balls starts this game. A little bit of a wind tonight. See how that affects the game later from the mound. Expect Marysville to take all the way here. I'd love to start off with a base runner. And that's ball 4, so they will draw a walk. That was Steve Green. With the walk. First. Marshall has a little bit of advantage being a lefty, a little easier for a pickoff move. And there's the first one right away, pickoff to first. Not in time. This one comes home, taken for strike 1. I believe that is Brad Salis. So Green at first, Salis at the plate. This one grounded to short. This could be 2. Flip to second, over to first. And he's safe at first, but the lead runner will be out for 1 down here in the top of the first inning. Now up we'll have Wayne Mork. Or Wayne Moak, excuse me. So Marshall on the mound, the senior for the Big Reds. This ball hit hard. It's backing up in left field. Back to make the play, and it is 1 out. Runner will retreat to first. 2 down here. Top of the first inning. Up next we have Jake Hornbacher. He'll come in with 2 down. So Salis at first. He's off on the pitch. The throw to second. It's in time. He's out of there. So that ends the top of the first inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the first in just a moment here on PHHS 6. Okay, welcome back to the bottom of the first inning in tonight's game between the Port Huron High Big Reds and the visiting Marysville Vikings. To get this one underway. It's a half inning. On the mound for the Vikings, Cam Connor. That first pitch taken for a ball. First up for the Big Reds, Connor Smith. Shortstop. Or second baseman, excuse me. That one's taken for a strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Connor. Taken inside for a ball, 2-1. Oh, that one inside and actually got a piece from him, so hit by the pitch. He will take first, and that will send up to the plate David Seppo. Shortstop for the Big Reds. So leadoff base runner. We'll see what the Big Reds can do with it here in the bottom of the first. Jack Smith at first. Sets and the throw home. This one gets past the backstop, and Smith is off on the pitch. He will take second standing up. So just like that, the Big Reds with a runner in scoring position. And an RBI situation for Seppo. Shows bunt, gets it down cleanly. Fielded over to first, overthrow. This will score 1 run for the Big Reds. Seppo is heading towards second. Outfield, Seppo rounding, going towards third, and he will be standing up on third. So a bunt that turns into a triple, and a quick 1-0 lead for the Big Reds. So just not a lot of time for that bunt to get that throw over to first, and maybe shouldn't have made that throw at all, but instead overthrowing the first baseman, allowing Seppo to get to third, and now we will have a conference on the mound. Big Reds this year are 15-10. That's 4-4 in the MAC Blue. Talk things over. And on deck for the Big Reds, Tyler Robotham. And now with a man in third, a pop fly would score a run, sac fly. Quite a few situations here, especially no outs. So we'll see what the Big Red strategy is now. Showed punt with a runner on second. Obviously prepared to give up an out for a run scored. That one high and hard. Ducking under it was Robotham. So that's ball 1. Seppo with a short lead at third. That one's taken for strike 1, so 1-1. Sure, Seppo's quick on his feet at third, especially with a pass ball already being thrown tonight. Possibly come home on another one. Taken outside, 2-1. Still only no outs here at the bottom of the first inning. Two-one pitch, misses high, 3-1. On deck for the Big Reds, we have Mohammed Fayed. Taken outside, ball 4. So Botham will take his base. Runners on the corners now. Still no out. And as I just said, Mohammed Fayed in the DH role tonight. So Connor and the Vikings trying to get out of this inning with only 1 run on the board, but still no outs. Runners in the corners. Definitely looking for a ground ball here. Fakes the throw to third. We'll hold on to it. see how aggressive the Big Reds are. And whether Seppo will come home on a ground ball in the infield. Second is empty, so it's not a force out situation. They'd have to tag him. Ground ball to the pitcher. They go to second, not guarding the base. Seppo's tagged back at third. And everyone's safe. Fayed will reach. So now the bases are loaded. No outs there. And you can't really fault Cam Connor there trying to set up the double play, but neither second or short were at the base. Nothing they could really do with it. Seppo did not get a good jump off third. Had to hesitate a second after it was grounded right to the pitcher. So not really much you could do there. Now we have I believe we have Kenny Radigan at the plate. No, excuse me, that is Greg Marshall. So bases loaded, still 1-0. Bottom of the first inning, no outs for the Big Reds. Shows bunt, gets it down. But it will be taken for a strike after it rolls foul. Excuse me, that is Tyler Robotham. Switching around my schedules, my rosters a bit. A little tough to see the number from where I'm at. Radigan at the plate. Pitch from Connor taken for a strike. So 2-2 the count. Pitch to Radigan, ground ball up the middle. We'll get through. 1 run will score. Throw home, cut off by the pitcher. Make that 2 runs. Going to be tagged out at second for the first out. That was Fayed caught at second after the pitcher Connor interrupted the throw home. So Radigan will be at first. Base is empty besides him, but 2 runs on the board for the Big Red, making this a 3-0 game. Now stepping up, Nick Johnson. This one popped up along the first base line, going over to make a play and bobbled it, but kept on that one. Actually popped out of his mitt, but able to hold on. Is the first baseman, Jake Hornbacher. So now 2 down, bottom of the first. This will bring up to the plate Brian Hansen. Radigan at first. Takes a lead, strike 1 taken. Ball hit hard, backing up as the left fielder, ranging back, unable to make the play. So that does it for the bottom of the first inning, but not before the Big Reds score 3. We'll be back with the top of the second in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, we're back for the bottom of the second inning, top of the second, excuse me. At the plate for the Vikings, Jake Hornbacher. He actually got up in the first inning. will start this inning off after Marysville got the last out on a stolen base in the first. First pitch taken for strike one. Again on the mound, Greg Marshall with the Big Reds. And the pitch from Marshall. This ball hit hard, will drift foul. Left field. On the left field side. So again, the pitch to Hornbacher. This one popped up. Looks like it will drift foul out of play. So we will do it again. Pitch grounded down the third base line. Again, foul. Staying alive in this at-bat. So again, batting with 2 strikes. Keeping alive by fouling off some pitches. See what he does here. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So a strikeout for Marshall. Then while throwing the ball around the infield over the second baseman's head. So we will have to retreat back to right field to get that ball. Now up to the plate for the Vikings, number 2, Nate Bowen. Pitch taken for a ball. So the 1-0 pitch, that one swing, looks like it will stay fair. Pitcher fields it cleanly over to first. 2 down. The Big Reds working quickly here on defense. Now up number 3, Jacob Hines. It's 2 down. The first pitch from Marshall to Hines, taken for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch, ground ball, fouled on the third base line. So now in a 1-2 count. Marshall's done a good job this inning, getting ahead of the batters. Count's always been in his favor. See if he can keep that going tonight. Pitch taken high for a ball. So 2-2. Two pitch, swinging and a miss. So 2 strikeouts this inning for Marshall, and that will put an end to the top of the second inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the second in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, here we are back with the bottom of the second inning. Tonight's game between the Port Huron High Big Reds and the visiting Marysville Vikings. Big Reds off to a 3-0 lead in this one. Now here we go, first pitch of this inning. to Mike LaForge. On the mound for the Vikings, Cam Connor. Pitch taken for a ball. This is upside. This is upstairs. That's 3-0. So the Vikings in trouble of letting another Port Huron High hitter on. No outs. And that one taken for a strike. LaForge was taking all the way. One hit hard, backing up the right fielder. And back, and he will make the play. That's Devin Hare in right field for the Vikings. So one down here in the bottom of the second inning. That will bring up number 9. I believe I have a typo on my roster. That's Schultz. That's Dominic Schultz. First pitch to Schultz misses up high. One 1-0 pitch again misses low. 2-0 the count. Very windy day here at Port Huron High. Definitely not doing any favors to these pitchers. That one taken for a strike. 2-1. On time and stepping out is Schultz. Pitch looped. See if we get past the shortstop. Now he's backing up to make the play. That's Brad Solis. So 2 down now. Vikings trying to go 1-2-3 after a long first ending for the Port Huron High bats. So bring us back to the top of the order with Connor Smith. First pitch from Connor. Cam Connor pitching to Connor Smith. This one grounded up the middle. Shortstop fields it cleanly over to first in time, and that will end the bottom of the second inning. We'll be back with the top of the third just a moment here on CPHS 6. And we're back with the top of the third inning. Again, tonight's game, Port Huron High against Marysville Vikings, leading it off for the Vikings. Number 16, Devin Hare. Going strong on the mound, senior Greg Marshall for the Big Reds. Check swing, foul tip there. So that'll be charged as strike number 1. Big Reds with a 3-0 lead at this point. Scoring all those in the first inning. So the 0-1 pitch from Marshall. Swinging strike 2. Marshall already with 2 strikeouts by my count so far. Both those coming in the last inning. 0-2 pitch taken high, ball 1. And that's pretty much an expected pitch there, trying to get him a chase with 2 strikes. Got a couple of pitches to work with. Let's see what he comes at him with now. Ground ball to third, fielded cleanly. Long throw over to first, and scooped out of the dirt in time for 1 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. So, fielded cleanly by Kenny Radigan. You always got to get credit to the first baseman, Brian Hansen. Swinging strike there. That's number 17, Shane Armstrong. Swing and a miss there. And another strikeout for Marshall. And now we'll have 2 down here at the top of the 3rd inning, and half the Big Red infield almost heading in on that one. I don't know if they thought that was out number 3. Marshall heading in, and they kind of just fouled him, but only 2 outs here. Swing and a miss there. That's Jacob Minot. Another swing and a miss, strike 2. And Marshall's showing that he could put up some solid strikeout numbers in this one. Pitching very well so far for the Big Reds. That one fouled off. Back up and out of play. So he will stay alive. Marshall, again with 2-strike pitch, this one bounces in. Again, perhaps trying to get him something to chase. So 2-2 the count. Throw home swinging, strike 3, so another strikeout to end the inning. So that will end the top of the 3rd. We'll be back with the bottom of the 3rd in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, now we're back with the bottom of the 3rd inning of tonight's game. Leading it off for the Big Reds, David Seppo. Playing shortstop tonight. Again, Cam Connor on the mound for the Vikings. First pitch, strike 1. Big Reds up 3-0 in this one. That one comes off high, brings the count 1-1. So now the 1-1 pitch to Seppo. Ducking under that one, 2-1. Tyler Robotham on deck. Two-one ground ball. Fielded cleanly by second. Throw over to first in time. Hustling all the way down the line was Seppo. That's Jacob Hines on second. But Seppo actually made that a pretty close play. Really got out strong out of the box. So Tyler Robotham now with one down here. Bottom of the third inning. First pitch swing and ground ball down the third baseline. So strike one on Robotham. This is high, 1-1. Swing and a miss, and a ball down in the dirt. 1-2. We see Connor seeming to settle down a little bit as we get farther into this one after a tough first inning for him. That one staying alive, popped back out of play. So staying alive with 2 strikes. Mohammed Fayed on deck. This is up high for a ball. Brings the count even at 2-2. Brings the count back full, so Botham's staying alive. Now we'll get to see the payoff pitch. Ground ball fielded cleanly at third. Throw to first in time. 2 down for the Big Reds. So Mohammed Fayed will step in the DH role tonight. Two outs, bases empty. First pitch, foul tip. That'll be strike one. There we see one of our cameramen out in center field. So the 0-1 pitch on Fayed. Taken for strike two. So quickly in an 0-2 hole. That one outside. Brings it to 1-2. Connor sets. Comes home with it. And this will be looped in. We'll see. It should fall between the second baseman and left fielder. And a throw from from right field, excuse me. And he is safe at first, but first baseman dropped that. If he would have held on, that would have been a very close play. Would have been interesting to see what the call would have been. They're just able to split the second baseman and right fielder. But now for the Big Reds, number 11, third baseman Kenny Radigan. Time called out at the plate, I believe by the catcher. Take a moment to regroup. Not holding Fayed on at first. First baseman playing off the bag. That one gets behind him. Fayed's off for second, and he will go into second standing up. So good base running by Fayed, able to take the extra base and move himself up into scoring position with 2 outs here in this inning. I'll see if Radigan can perhaps drive him home. Pitch fouled back. And that taken for a strike, looking. So 2 strikes on him now. Shorten up that swing. That one's swinging and a miss, popped foul. So 1-2. Kenny Radigan, if he reaches, Nick Johnson's on deck, but ground ball to the pitcher and over to first in time, and that does it for the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're back with the top of the 4th in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, here we are back with the top of the 4th inning. Again, Port Huron High lead over the Vikings. 3-0 in this one. Still on the mound going strong, Greg Marshall. Really getting sharper as this game is going on. As we get ready to start this one. Taken for a ball. It's back to the top of the order for Marysville. Steve Green, left fielder, will lead it off. Taken for a ball, 2-0. That one's taken for a strike, so it brings it to 2-1. Brad Solis on deck, shortstop for the Vikings. Got time granted at the plate. Pitch ground ball down the 3rd baseline. It will go foul, 2-2. This one again, foul on the 3rd base line. And normally for a right-handed batter, that means he's early on that pitch. See it there twice in a row. That one taken for a ball. That one gets past. That should be a walk. So leadoff walk for the Huskies here in the top of the 4th inning. That will bring up Brad Solis. First pitch hit hard. It's going to get down left field. Able to field it, get it into third, hold the runner at second. So now runners at first and second for the Vikings. No outs here in the 4th inning. Out comes the catcher as well. Have a quick little discussion on the mound. Also looks like we have manager Adam Hodgkins. Really just trying to settle Marshall down. Still really early in this one. Got a 3-0 lead. Pitched well so far. It's always a bit of adjustment too. He's been pitching from the windup all night. Runners on base now have to switch to the stretch. So we can hold those runners closer. The Big Red's still alive. And I don't think Marshall's going to be coming off the mound anytime soon. Definitely looking for a ground ball here. And he'll be against number 20, Wayne Moak, third baseman for the Vikings. First baseman off the bag at first. And we'll have a pickoff to second, throw to third now if the runner's off. Unable to field it cleanly at third. We'll see if we get a throw home. It will hold that on at third. And then we have Solis making it all the way to third on the play. So 1 run will score for the Vikings. What happened there? Pickoff moved to second, actually caught the runner too far off the base, and the throw over to third. Actually unable to be fielded by the third baseman. That allows 1 run to come home. It heads up base running by Solis, and he makes it all the way from first to third on the air, and 1 run for the Vikings. That pitch down in the dirt. We'll have a time at the plate. It's actually just due to the wind. Again, a lot of wind whipping around and on the dirt, whipping around that infield. That one taken for a strike. Taken low for a ball. I believe that brings the count to 2-1. On Wayne Moak. Pitch from Marshall. Swing and a miss, strike 2. strikeout or a ground ball would be ideal here. Ground ball, look for the Big Reds to check the runner at third before going back over to first. That one taken for a ball, brings the count full. Jake Hornbacher on deck for the Vikings. The payoff pitch from Marshall. Ground ball that will get through the infield. 1 run will score. And holding at first will be Wayne Moak. So that brings us a game to 3-2. Big Reds still on top, but their lead dwindled down to 1. Still no outs here. In the top of the fourth inning. So Jake Hornbacher, Wayne Moak at first. Pickoff move. And got back in time. Again, a very good pickoff move. Greg Marshall. See that from the lefty, especially from the stretch, able to just sidearm it over to first. That one taken for a ball. So Marshall's going to be able to hold that runner pretty close. Comes home with that ground ball. It's going to be foul down the third base line. So the count now 1-1. Pickoff move gets by the first baseman. And Wayne Moak will head into second, standing up. That's something you got to be careful with the pickoff move. I mean, obviously you want to hold the runners close, but anytime you throw the ball around the infield, there is some chance of error. In this case, Vikings moving their runner up into scoring position once again. And Hornbacher at the plate as Moak at second. Still no outs. Swing and a miss there. Home with it down the dirt, swing and a miss. They'll throw back to first to complete the strikeout. So PH with their first out now in the field. Still with a runner on second, and that will step in Nate Bowen. Quick meeting on the mound. Talk things over again. Marshall trying to get out of this inning with the lead still. Port Huron High still on top, 3-2. Still threatening and only 1 out here. Time once again is called at home plate. Back into it, Marshall. Checks second, comes home with it. That one taken for a ball. And a step off. Checking the runner at second. That one again misses for a ball. There's the strike. That one inside and unable to take third on that. Was Wayne Moak. I'm not sure if he knew how far away that ball actually got. Stayed pretty close to the catcher, but catcher didn't pick it up right away. That ball down the dirt, and that's a walk. So Nate Bowen will take his base. Runners now on first and second. And that will bring up number 3, Jacob Hines, second baseman for the Vikings. The first pitch to Hine. Popped up in the infield. The Big Reds will hold on to that. That will make the bases loaded as Hines will reach. Now up right fielder number 16, Devin Hare. Only one down here on top of the 4th inning, but a force out at any base. It's the only advantage of the bases actually being loaded. Ground ball, Big Reds will come home with it. Went down the dirt, taken for ball 1. Checks the runner. Swinging strike 1. All back. Bounces out of Marshall's mitt there, but quick to recover. Unable to go anywhere on the bases. So 1-1, bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. This ball is hard hit, and it will reach the outfield. Should score at least 1 run. Makes the play in center. The throw home, tagging up, and we won't have much of a player to play at third, though. And he is safe. But the tagging run will score. So that brings this game all tied up at 3-3. Runners on first and third. Ball was fired out of center field, but just too deep and run able to score. A very close play at third, almost gave us the final out of this inning. But we'll have 2 down, and it will be Shane Armstrong. First pitch, ground ball to Marshall. Fields it cleanly, a play over to first in time, so that will end the top of the 4th inning. Yeah, a little confusion on the field, and as I thought it will end the top of the 4th inning, we'll be back with the bottom of the 4th in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, and we're back now with the bottom of the 4th inning tonight's game. Port Huron High Big Reds versus the visiting Marysville Vikings. This game's now all tied up at 3 after the Vikings able to get 2 runs in that last half inning, or all 3 runs, excuse me. This one's all tied up now, and leading it off for the Big Reds, I believe, is Nick Johnson. That ball grounded foul. Still on the mound going strong, Cam Connor for the Vikings. He's pitched well tonight after he's got out of that first inning. First inning gave up 3 runs. He's been solid ever since. That one taken low for a ball. Brings the count to 1-1. That one's swing and a miss. It's going to be a foul tip. Either way, taking a strike 2. That one high brings the count even 2-2. Ball grounded, takes a large hop, fielded cleanly at short, throw over to first in time. And that's 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That'll bring up number 12, Brian Hansen. First baseman for the Big Reds, as he awaits first pitch from Connor. This one popped up. Coming in as the right fielder makes the play. 2 down now. Mike LaForge will now step in. Vikings looking to go 1-2-3 here. First pitch down the dirt, ball 1. That one taken for a strike. Let's see a close-up of Cam Connor. He sets the throw. This ball's popped foul. Brings the count 1-2 on LaForge. Ball down the dirt, 2-2. Two foul tips. Sends the ball straight back. If he's to reach, Dominic Schultz is on deck. Ball grounded, fielded cleanly at second, throw over to first in time. And that will end the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll be back with the top of the 5th in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Welcome back to the top of the 5th inning of tonight's game between the Port Huron High Big Reds and the visiting Marysville Vikings. Getting ready to start this one off. Leading off for the Vikings, Jacob Minot. Shows bunt. Couldn't get it down, taken for strike 1. Again, Greg Marshall on the mound for the Big Reds. The lefty senior. This game's tied up at 3-3. So 0-1 the count on Mino. Ground ball to third, fielded cleanly, throw to first in time. So 1 down. That's Radigan at first. Seppo's at short. Connor Smith at second. And Brian Hansen at first. That completes your Port Huron High infield. Back to the top of the order for the Vikings. And that's left fielder Steve Green. Pitch down the dirt, misses for a ball. Again, a little low, 2-0. Reno, the count on Green. Brad Solis is on deck. Gotta expect the Vikings to be taken all the way here. And they do. Instead of a walk, it is a strike. Brings the count to 3-1. A lot of times managers tell their players to take that fourth pitch and start walking over anyway. And just like he did there, and that will be a walk this time. So Green will take first. Brad Solis will be coming up to the plate. This is the top of the order again for the Vikings. Started off with Green. Solis now, then Wayne Moak in the third spot. So Marshall checking a runner at first, and then a pickoff move. Not in time. Again, checking first, comes home with it. Taken for a ball. Pickoff move. Again, very hard to tell his pickoff move until the last moment. He lifts that knee up, and after there, that's the last point you have to wait to. Whether he steps home with it or goes straight to the plate. That one misses down low. It's a hard move to pick up on. Comes over with it again. The pitch to Solis. This is down for a ball. Pitch taken low, ball 4, so it's 2 straight walks. With runners on first and second. Up in Wayne Moak up. Marshall having some control issues on the mound. Expect the infield to be pulled in here. Possibly we'll see a bunt. Radigan pulled in at third. Swinging away. This ball popped up into right field, coming in to make the play. That's Mike LaForge. Excuse me, that's 2 down now. So runners on first and second. This will be Jake Hornbacher. This ball's hit hard into left field, but it will be foul. Comes on with a ground ball. Gets through short. This will score 1 run. And making it all the way to second is Hornbacher. So that will give the Vikings a 4-3 lead. That's their first lead of tonight's game. At the plate, that will bring up Nate Bowen. Runners on second and third now. Looks like we will have a pinch runner at second. That'll be number 5, Alex Berger. So 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Runners on second and third. Time is called at home plate. That pitch taken for strike 1. A 1 pitch misses low, brings it even at 1-1. This ball's hit hard into right field, could split the outfielders. Calling it off, the right fielder will make the play, and that's the final out of this inning. So that will do it for the top of the 5th. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th in just a moment. You're on CPHS 6. And we are back with the bottom of the 5th inning. Tonight's game between the Port Huron High Big Reds and the visiting Marysville Vikings. Leading it off for the Big Reds, Dominic Schultz. Big Reds trying to regain the lead after losing it last half inning. Vikings now ahead 4-3. First pitch taken down low for a ball. Cam Connor still on the mound for the Vikings. That one taken for a strike, brings it even to 1-1. Swinging strike 2. So 1-2 after Schultz. We have the top of the order with Connor Smith leading it off. That one actually will reach the backstop. Ducking out of the way of that one. Brings it even at 2-2. So a 2-2 pitch from Connor. That one foul tip. Keep the count the same. That one misses high. I'll bring the count full. So the payoff pitch from Connor. Grounded hard, but fielded cleanly at first on the bag, and one down. So a hard hit ball for Schultz, but right at a defender. That'll bring up second baseman Connor Smith. Some more production out of the top of this order. They've played well so far. First pitch taken for strike one. Again, the Big Reds scoring their 3 runs in the first inning tonight. They've been silent ever since. That one misses, have to duck out of the way. Was a little talk at the plate. I don't know if he said that had a piece of him. He said it ricocheted off his helmet. I don't think it got very much of him, but I'm wondering if he should take his base, but I don't think we're going to put up much of a fight here or anything. And he will step back in. Pitch from Connor. Taken inside for a ball. So the count now 2-1. That ball grounded, bobbled it short, play over to first, and out on a very close play. I think we're going to see a little bit of a conversation here. That ball knocked down at short, but not fielded cleanly, but able to pick it up in time and make the throw over to first. Seemed like a very close play. Call this time given to Marysville. Now stepping in, David Seppo with 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That one taken outside for ball 1. Down the dirt, 2-0. Let's see if Seppo's patient here. Make Connor throw him a strike. They have Robotham on deck. Looks like he was looking all the way there, 2-1. And the pitch from Connor. Taken for strike 2, so even it back up at 2-2. Now we see the manager for PH, Adam Hodskins. So the 2-2 pitch, taken high, brings it full now. So the payoff pitch for Seppo. Taken inside, he works. Or excuse me, that brings it 3-2. After that ball there. As we see Hodskins also a third base coach for his Big Red team. That ball hit hard in the left field. Looks like it will get down fair, and it will. Seppo will at least get 2. See if he's rounding here. It looked like he was halfway to third and then turning back. But either way, safe at second. Big Reds have a runner in scoring position. Up comes the catcher, Tyler Robotham. So the Big Reds back. Seem like they're ready to get back into this one. We have a meeting on the mound. Saw some Marysville players warming up on the sideline. I don't know. Looks like it is going to be a pitching change. We'll see what happens. And yeah, we will have a pitching change. So Cam Connor's done. So he will have pitched 4 2/3 inning. And the new pitcher will be Jacob Minot. So he will get his warm-up tosses in. While we got a second, I'd like to remind our viewers you can get a copy of this or any other program CPHS 6 has taped over the years for a small fee by calling 984-6621. Again, that's 984-6621. So Minot with a little bit of pressure coming in. He'll face the number 3 hitter in Robotham. And with Seppo on second. As we said before, always the pressure to come out throwing strikes. And we see Seppo turning to second base. He looks like he's ready. And in steps Robotham. So Seppo is the tying run at second. Checks the runner's first pitch of the ball game. Misses low for ball 1. Stepping off the mound is Minot. Check second, comes home. Swing and a miss, brings it even at 1-1. The Big Red should score a run on a base hit. Seppo's going to be moving on contact. And he showed his speed on the base path so far. One misses high, 2-1. So the 2-1 pitch from Mino. That one taken for a strike. Seppo off on the pitch, and he's staying at third and then rounding third now. Caught in a rundown between the plate, and he will be tagged out at the plate as he is knocked down, and we hope he's okay. Tough play there. And unfortunately, that for the Big Reds, that will end the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be back with the top of the 6th inning in just a moment here on CPHS 6. And we're back with the top of the 6th inning, excuse me. Tonight's game between the Port Huron High Big Reds and the visiting Marysville Vikings. Vikings still up with their 4-3 lead. Still on the mound for the Big Reds, number 5, Greg Marshall. And he will be pitching to Jacob Hines. First pitch underway. This one popped up along the first baseline. Catcher going back, able to make the play. So 1 down quickly. Nice play behind the plate by Tyler Robotham. So now stepping in, we'll have number 16, Devin Hare. That one taken for a ball. Down the dirt, 2-0. This one popped up. Again, we'll see if Robotham has a play on it. Goes back. And unable to make the play as that one got out of bounds. So. Ground ball down the third baseline, foul. Now with 2 strikes on him. And a swinging strike 3. So Marshall with the strikeout. Makes it 2 down now, top of the 6th inning. Stepping up to the plate will be number 17, Shane Armstrong. Ball foul tip. Strike 1. So the 0-1 pitch to Marshall. Swing and a miss. More foul tip there. Either way, strike 2. And with a high, fast one there. Wouldn't bite on it too far out of the zone. Brings it to 1-2. Always a good try. Always a good idea with that 0-2 pitch. A strikeout there, but going over to first after by the catcher, so he will reach on the strikeout, Shane Armstrong. unable to hold that one behind the plate, so it'll go on the books as a strikeout, but reaching with Shane Armstrong, and that should bring up Minot. Went down the dirt, off on the pitch, no throw, and he will take second. So Armstrong, a stolen base there. And more importantly for the Vikings, move a runner into scoring position. Shows bunt, pulls it back, swings it away. Foul tip there. This will be taken for a strike. A pitch from Marshall. Hit hard. Fielded cleanly at short. Going to be a tough throw for Seppo. Throws off balance. Not able to make the play at first, but Shane Armstrong will only advance to third. So nice stop at short by Seppo, excuse me. Probably saved a run, unable to make that throw, but not too many people that really can. That's a very deep in the hole. Tough to get that ball over to first in time. So really just knocking that ball down saves a run. Back to the top of the order with number 8, Steve Green. First pitch misses low for a ball. Pickoff move to first. Not in time. Pitch from Marshall, taken for a strike. Makes it 1-1. Trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. Runners off on the pick-off move, throw to second, and bobbled. That's into center field, so 1 run will score. Minot's able to get to the third. So that will extend the Marysville Vikings lead to 5-3. Ends up base running by Minot. Get the third on that. So still with Steve Green at the plate. Again, the leadoff hitter for this Viking lineup. That one taken for a ball. Pitch, swing and a miss there. Brings the count even at 2-2. So again, run around third, 2 outs here. Top of the 6th inning. Green at the plate, pitch from Marshall, swinging strike 3, so that will end the top of the 6th inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th in just a moment here on CPHS 6. And we're back for the bottom of the 6th inning, leading off for the Big Reds, number 8, Tyler Robotham. That first pitch swing hit hard. Looks like right at the Marysville left fielder. And quickly one down. So after Robotham, coming up to the plate, Mohammed Fayed. With Jacob Minot on the mound for the Vikings. First pitch inside. Taken for a ball. Moving out of the way of it was Fayed. Minot, of course, taking over for starting pitcher Cam Connor last inning. That one swing fouled back out of play. Into the parking lot. Always a hazardous place to park your car. So 1-1 the count. Pitch from Minot. Hit hard. Right at second. Fielded cleanly, play over to first in time. So 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Port Huron High still with their 3 runs on the board, all those coming in the 1st inning. Haven't really been able to add to the offense since. A couple opportunities, but nothing on the scoreboard. Number 11, Kenny Radigan, takes strike 1. Ball hit foul, up and out of play. So 0-2 on Radigan. Waiting for the 0-2. Dirt taken for a ball. If Radigan is to reach, Nick Johnson is on deck. Ball hit hard. Again, fielded cleanly at second. Play over to first in time. The Big Reds go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be back for the top of the 7th in just a moment here on CPHS 6. And we're back with the bottom of the 7th, or top of the 7th inning, excuse me, of tonight's game between the Port Huron High Big Reds and the visiting Marysville Vikings. Leading it off for the Vikings, number 6, Brad Salis. Still on the mound for the Big Reds, Greg Marshall. First pitch taken for strike 1. Marshall going for a complete game here. Unfortunately, right now, he'd be on the losing side. Marysville still with a 5-3 lead. This one popped up. And it looks to be on the other side of the fence along the first base side. Swing, foul, tip. And the pitch from Marshall, that one up, taken for a ball. Works the count to 1-2. That one taken for strike 3 looking. So Marshall starts the inning with the strikeout. Now we'll send up number 20, Wayne Moak. That ball hit foul down the third base line. So one down here in the top of the 7th inning. That one taken for a ball. Brings it to 1-1. Again, misses inside. Taken for a strike, so evens it back up at 2-2. Marshall with a couple strikeouts in this game. Love to end it strong here. Ground ball to third. That's going to be a foul. Still at 2-2. Went down the dirt. We'll bring it full. This one's popped up. We'll see if it stays in play. And it will, but nobody able to get to it in time. Just noticed we saw the end of the last half inning. It's a collision at the plate. We actually have changed around, and we have Mark Reaney playing second for the Big Reds, with Connor Smith moving over to short. So it looks like Seppo's out of this game. Strike 3 looking there. That sends in Jake Hornbacher. So I obviously hope Seppo is okay. He's pulled out of the game after that collision. This one's popped up. Looks like it will come around third. Going over to make a play. Final out. That's at third base, Kenny Radigan, and that will end the top of the 7th inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the 7th in just a moment. You're on CPHS 6. Okay, and we're back with the bottom of the 7th inning. Last bats for the Big Reds here in this one. Still find themselves trailing 5-3 to the Marysville Vikings. First pitch taken for strike 1. At the plate for the Big Reds, number 19, Nick Johnson. Still pitching in relief for the Vikings, Minot. That one inside and actually hit him, so he will take a base. And not exactly how you draw it up for the Big Reds, but I think they will take that. Base runners, what you need right now, trailing 2. Now we see number 12, Brian Hansen, playing first base tonight. Minot with the pickoff move. Very close play at first. It's a very good pickoff move for a right-handed pitcher. Once again over to first. Not in time. See if Hansen finally gets a pitch this time. We'll call timeout from the batter's box. So Hansen is the tying run at home plate. This one's popped up, and it looks like it will get out of play. Minot comes home with it, shows bunt, gets it down. Fielded cleanly at the mound. Play over to first in time. So the sacrifice advances the runner. With Nick Johnson now standing on second base. One down here at bottom of the 7th inning. And Mike LaForge will step in the box for PH. First pitch again gets down the bunt. Let's see if he's able to beat this one out. And they're going to pick it up in foul territory. Come back, try to get it again. And Minot will step off the mound. Stairs sets. The pitch home. Outside. I don't know if that a pitch just missed or if that was a bit of a pitch out. Thinking the runner's gonna go. So the pitch to LaForge gets down the bunt. It's gonna be a close play at first. And they're gonna call him out at first. Runner will advance to third. LaForge was upset about the call. Definitely a very close play at first, but another break not going the way of Port Huron tonight. So now 2 down, bottom of the 7th. One runner at third. This will bring up Dominic Schultz to the plate. First pitch from Minot, taken for strike one. Reads the side, comes home with it, taken outside for a ball. While we got a second, I'd like to announce our Channel 6 crew for this evening. On camera, Brandon Kovac, Chris Orrell, Josiah Kreidler, and Cecilia Gallio. Back in the bus directing, E.J. Shea, and myself announcing Carl Staffors. That pitch taken for a ball. Brings it to 2-1. This one popped back out of play. So now the Big Reds possibly down to their final strike. Tying run still at the plate. Runner at third. A swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will end it for tonight's game. The Marysville Vikings 5, the Port Huron High Big Reds 3. We'd like to thank you all for joining us here on CPHS 6 tonight. Good night.